Okay, so I bought this used log splitter the other day. I used it already, split a small stack, or I shouldn't say small stack, it was probably about a 7-foot tall by 10-foot diameter stack of firewood, and it works. But a couple things, it's low. It's a super splitter. The brand is a super splitter, so it's a kinetic splitter, so it doesn't run off of a hydraulic ram. It has two big flywheels inside of here that are driven by the motor and belts, and it uses centrifugal force. When you engage the rack, it slams the whole rack forward and splits the log. It's a very fast cycle. That's why I wanted this rather than the hydraulic that are very slow cycle. But yeah, back to the point. I bought this. It does work. It's got a couple issues in the sense that I want to change things and I want to maintenance things. So that's what this video is going to be. I don't like how low this is. If you look, it's low to the ground. Sitting fairly level. Let me get a tape measure. Let's see, right here. It is 19¼ inches off the ground while it's sitting on the hitch on the trailer. If it was not on that hitch on the quad, it would be sitting on this leg, and that's all of 8 or 9 inches lower, and it goes on an angle. So that's one thing I want to change. It hasn't been maintained in quite a while, so I'm going to end up changing the oil in the motor. I have to replace, or don't have to, but I'm choosing to replace the bearings that are through that point. There's another bearing at that point. There's some other bearings inside of there. By the way, this is what it's called, the rack. But I'm going to change that stuff. I did get a extension table for this whole area, so it's just much easier to use with splitting. Got new tires because this one will not hold air. I got a new return spring. Yeah, just maintenancing it, bringing it back to basically new for a very old machine. I don't know the year. This is quite worn out and can't really be read too much, but I might be able to get something out of it. Yeah. All right, let's get to taking this cover off, accessing whatever I need to access in there, and go from there. All right, now you see a little more of the mechanism. These are the kinetic flywheels, and this is the belt that drives it, that runs back to the motor with just a pulley wheel on the motor. And this is the rack. When you engage this by lifting up, these bearings push down on the rack, which again allows you to, let's see if we can get it in there. Right in where my finger is, there's a pinion gear that connects to these two flywheels. And like I said, when you push that and engage that, it engages the rack into that pinion wheel and it flings this forward. So it's a very, very fast action. And that's why I like it. I think that makes it significantly easier. Not easy, just easier. Nails are not easy to bend. There we go. There. Just leave that back there for a second. One thing I did not account for is there's 3 bearings. 1, 2, 3. Right there. I did not get those. So I'm going to check to see if these are good. The bar is pressing on that. Come on, bar. Yeah, those are all good. So I don't need to replace those. Yeah. Can we get in here to see the pinion better? Yeah, you can a little. Right there, that little shiny part is the pinion gear that the flywheels are attached to. Back to this. Take this back out of the way. Here is our new lift arm, washer and cotter pin. Go there. there. I don't know, can you guys even see anything I'm doing? Right now I'm just dropping stuff over and over. There. This. Ooh, almost dropped it out again. Why do I struggle so hard with a cotter pen? Just bend that down. I'm gonna bend one up if I can. Stay on right there. That's not on. There, and bend that way. There, that cotter pin's going nowhere. You know, if I didn't say that, it was gonna fall off. Now the other end of it. Okay. Now that I figured out zoom, this is easy, I hope. That. That. This goes through here. I'm just gonna put this back like that for now. And these go back on. Am I putting the right ones back on? I should have separated them. Let me check that. Yeah, I went back through the videos and they're the right ones. Okay. There. Now, all right, so our next step is we're going to locate this handle. I got a new handle for it. I'll show you that in a minute, but we got to figure out this bracket first. We want, come on, open. We want to get center of here between the openings is it's currently 3 1/8, so that's 1 9/16. And then I'm going to cheat and measure over from here. We are 5 11/16. So down here we're going to go 5 11/16. Then we're going to take this and we're going to go in line with those holes. There's one right there. And there's one down there. He said we wanted this top hole somewhere between 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch away from the top. So that's right there. Bottom hole right there. Now I just gotta drill holes for that. All right. Let's drill these holes. If I stay centered. Maybe I should have used a punch to stay centered. One step more. That should be enough. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's try and get these in here. I got fat fingers and fat hands. Let's see how it goes. Got one washer on. Come on. I know some people are gonna laugh because this is a big area, but I'm not good at doing this type of stuff. I don't know, just finagling my fingers in here. Come on. There. Now I just gotta get the wrenches. Oh, I should have checked those sizes first. Not 3/8, 7/16 on that side, 7/16 on that side. And of course, I don't believe, oh no I do. I have another 7/16. So loose the ratchet won't even work. There's that one. Okay, there's that. I don't know. I bought 2 new belts because these are clearly worn. Right there, all over the place. They're worn. But part of me says, why replace the belts if these aren't broken yet? The worst that can happen is these break, and then I just have to change the belts then. And I'm a little cheap. So why put the extra wear and tear on those belts, the new ones, if I don't have to? Because I believe what I actually also have to do is if I put new belts on, I believe I have to adjust the motor tension to the belts. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them for now. Like I said, it's working. They're working. So I'm gonna leave those. And I'll have those for when they break, because they will break. All right, so I'm gonna put that cover back on, and then I'm gonna show you the new handle. Slide in there, slide in there. Slide in there. And there. Wow. All right, so this was the old handle. It would sit on the riser rod right here, which actually the new riser rod appears to be a bigger thread. No, it's the same thread. Okay. So it'd sit on like that, and you would lift. So that's all fine and dandy, except I don't really care for it, because, I don't know, I just don't care for it. So I got an upgrade for it right from Super Splitter, where you have this lever. It's just something more to grab here or basically anywhere, and I like that a lot better, so I'm gonna go with that. So let me bolt that on real quick. All right, just like that. So I was told specifically from them, I want to have this on just a couple threads with some space. I want to have this on again with some space because this handle wants to wiggle in there. And then over here with this bolt, actually that's free spinning right there, but that's okay. They told me to leave about a 1/16 of an inch between the bolts and the plastic. Again, because that does, can you tell? Can you see? It does move, and you want it to move. Perfect. So my next step is I'm going to work on replacing the 2 bearings down here and replacing that bearing in there. Yeah. Alright, I did actually fail to mention that there's a brass wear plate down here. There is still some life left on this one, but I'm going to replace that also because this whole I-beam is not in the best of condition, so that might be chewed up uneven and whatnot. So I'd rather just replace it and get a new one. It's a wear plate for a reason. I'd rather not wear it wrong. Although I'm just realizing this block is under tension. Do I want to remove the spring first? Let's see. So I'm going to hold the spring. Yeah, it's not bad. There are 2 shims that I gotta save. I'm just gonna let that hang there. And to the other side. Wow. This side's much tighter. Oh, I didn't think that my clamp would come off. Wow, that's much tighter. Let's pull this back there. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Well, I just let the spring go. I guess now that the spring's gone, that's not going to tension back. Okay, here are those 2 same shims. Put those down. And that is the bearing that I'm replacing. These were seized up when I got it. They are slowly moving, but rather just replace them. Again, the ones that I saw in there, I still might end up replacing, but we'll see. nice and smooth. Now to the other side. Can I just do it from here? All right, I made a few little changes from the last second ago because I realized that the spring is supposed to mount to this. I added in my own washers because how it was before, this tiny little part of the spring was just pinched between this nut and the bearing, and I didn't really like that. So now I have a washer in between, sandwiching it so it's not likely to come off. So I'm going to do the same to the other side, and we'll go from there. This wear plate isn't too bad. Well, I'm going to save it for a backup. Yeah. Take this out of the way. This clamp needs to come out of the way. I want to lift up and wipe out. There. And actually, that might be I might have to work on that. My next thing I got to work on is the bearing right there. But if I clamp this down right now, I'm putting more tension on that. So I might work on that right now before I do that. That is kicked up in there. I'm just having difficulty. Kind of need two hands. All right, where's the Oh yeah. So the bearing's rolling, but it's not supposed to do that. Which one's our new one? Rolling. And it's got side to side. Brand new. Not like this one though. Yeah, I'll take it. Better than it was. Let's just prop that up. Wonder what it's hit on. Comes to like a grinding halt. All right, well, I'll leave it to the GoPro to crash in the middle, but I'm taking this apart so I can try and get at this better. Let's get this over here. Nothing. Oh, there's a burr in there. That burr could be holding us up. Can you even see it on there? Right there. All right, let me grab a file. Probably should get more files. This thing's worn. still. And there we go. There. There. And here. Nice rolling bearing. Now I gotta assemble it again. Okay, tighten that on, and now we go back to this. Put this down, put this over here. We get our wear plate that is non-directional right there. We have our shims, line up on that. Come on. Now we try and line 6 things up at once. I don't think I want to line this up or tighten this up completely yet. I think I want to get the other side started before I tighten this up, which means running this spring through that channel, which I'm not going to be able to get on video. So next clip is going to be that run through and on the other side. All right, so I got the bearing in here replaced, the wear plate replaced, the new spring on, the bearing right here replaced. Again, wear plate and bearing. And this is a continuous spring. I did figure I put a big C-clamp on here to hold this spring down and to lock this in place so I didn't have to deal with the big gap in here. But now it's time to release that. Well, it didn't go back on its own, means I did something wrong. Let's figure it out. All right, so I loosened up the side bolts. So right now they are actually loose and it wiggles around and it retracted. When it was tight, I think the problem is it's clamping on here too much and this is not a smooth surface anymore because of rust. So my plan was to sand this down anyways, so I think I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna do that now and then try that again and see if that's the issue. So I'm gonna get to that. Alright, so ultimately I figured it out, but sanding this did help a bunch. Right off the bat, helped a bunch. So I sanded this down with a wood sander, not metal sander, but it's what I have. I used 120, 180, and 220 to get it to what it is. And this pulled out a lot easier, but it didn't retract. And I ultimately, at first couldn't figure it out, but I ultimately did figure it out. Come on. Stay. Right in here, those are little metal shims. I put 2 back on each side because 2 came out. But I needed to cut them in half and double them, not double them up, but 1/3 them up. So now there's 3 shims on each front and back and each side. And now it moves perfect. So that little hang up is because I can't sand back there yet. I don't know if I need to sand back there really because that's the full return. So I'm happy with how that is. In the future, I plan on keeping this well greased or well oiled so it does not rust. But I know what to look into if anything happens. So my next step, what's my next step? Oh, I can put that back on the belt cover because I'm not going to be changing the belts until they actually fail. My next step, I think, might actually be into getting the new hardware on it or stand on it to raise this thing up in the air, because don't know if you noticed in the video, when I'm sanding, I'm bending down and it's terrible for my back. It's too low. I mean, look at this, it's below my kneecap. It's just too low. Right here, the handle is perfect height for like work surface. So with all the new hardware over there, it should be bringing it up. That'll be ideal. Yeah, let's get to that. It's lifting up the tail end of the quad. Was not expecting that. That's all right. This is one of those, hey kids, don't do this at home setups. Don't do this. Wires. Wires. Why is there wires? Oh, this was a road graded model. That goes up there to chains. Oh, nifty. Well, it's never going to go on the road. Pull those out. Maybe I could have kept them for fish lines, but no. All right. I think you can see everything that's going on in here. I need to get at these bolts. One. Three. How can I prop this so it doesn't fall? Let's set you guys up A little further back. Still can see. Let's change this. Let's tighten. Let's loosen. Can I get, I think I can. Oh, jeez. Not the heaviest, but not the lightest. New one goes in. There. You can already see the size difference. Let's see if I got new hardware. All right, we did get new hardware, so that's always good. Are we the same wrench size? We're the same wrench size. Three, and the fourth. Now what's the likelihood of me actually getting all those in this and a nut on? Look at that. Now get the nut on. That's not gonna work. Get my knee under it to hold it. Get a finger on the screw, the bolt I mean. There. All right, well that's already showing signs of being a much better height. It is mid-thigh now, and the front still has to come up on the jack. Yeah. Did I never actually took it off. I guess I have to jack it back up and take it off that. Or do I? I just have to release that, I think. Let's see. Come on. Release the chain there. Bring this back over. And lift it. I do need to secure that better, but I need to move some stuff out of the way. So while I'm actually moving stuff, let's put it down on that. All right, our next step is this front jack leg, not jack leg, prop leg, whatever, leg, goes on right here where that's bolted on. But before that goes on to that, I'm gonna bolt it onto this because I bought the trailer hitch adapter so I can tow it around with the quads or even the lawnmower. So I'm gonna work on bolting that to this. Once I have that together, I'm going to take that off of the sketchy 6x6 and set it onto here and actually unbolt all that, then take it off the sketchy 6x6 and put it on here. Awesome. Look at that. Not even bolted in yet. I don't have to bend down to reach the surface, which is great. Great, great, great. All right, bolts. Okay, well, I made a minor mistake. I got the extension table for this, and the extension table has two holes right here that use those two holes. So I need to actually take those back out, bolt that through, and it looks like I have another hole location over here that's supposed to be in this general area, so it looks like I have to drill through there. All right, well, I got this one bolted on, but I think I have to take it off. So right now I have the flange of the table on top of the I-beam. So if you look right here, it's on top of the I-beam. Well, if I go over to this side, it has this channel in here because it was I think, a tow behind vehicle. And there's wiring that came through here. Wiring that came through this channel. Earlier I pulled out for the trailer lights. Well, this stops this channel right here. Not channel, but lip. And those holes line up with these holes. It interferes with that. So if I mount it on the underside, it doesn't interfere with it, and all it does is moves this down 1/4 of an inch. So downfall to do in that, right now the tables, come on, right there, are perfectly level with each other. If I put this on the underside, it'll drop the table a 1/2 inch lower. I believe a 1/2 inch lower. Could be a 1/4 inch lower. But yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to cut this out. It's just a couple tack welds. And I'm never going to use it. All it's going to do is collect water in there and rust. Collect water and dirt, I should say, and rust. I think I might take that out. Unfortunately, it's a little late. I don't have my angle grinder here, so I'd have to use my die grinder. And I don't want to start the compressor in the house and wake everyone up. So that might be for a later day, tomorrow. Damn. I could have had this done today. I'm getting so close, good progress. And I'm loving how it's coming out. All right, I'll decide. All right, well, the wife gave me permission to make some noise, so I already started cutting some of the welds off, and this is popping off pretty good. To get it completely off without just cutting it right here and having it interfere with stuff, I have to pull the flywheel off. So I'm in the middle of that. I hope it just comes off with these 2 set screws, but I'm not sure. Don't imagine I have to take completely out and I have to lose some. I have to lose one now. There's lose how. All right, so even if I get the flywheel off, which I can't because it's trapped by this, and that is welded directly on. But even if I get the flywheel off, I'm still having an issue because back here, there's that plate that blocks access to those 2 welds. The other 2 welds, I already broke off on that side. So I'm trying to break these 2. Right there. But I don't have good access because I'm using a screwdriver and it's on an angle. If I could get it straight in right here, probably would have it already broke. Well, it's the next day and it took clearly way too long to get this out. I had to fight with the 2 welds right here that were holding the plate in. I was able to get the bottom weld about halfway cut through with a hacksaw. You can see some of my marks in there. It was quite difficult, quite cumbersome, and took way too long. That's why it's the next day. So what I did over here, I kind of ground that down a little and just spray painted it to cover up the bare metal. Now I'm back onto mounting that table wing. So let's get to it. That's going to be all on time lapse because I already did that side. It's just going to be duplicate. We'll leave it to GoPro to corrupt a file. I got this wing on now, and I got the flywheel back tightened up. I got the case back on, and I have the handle back on. Now this center panel I need to put into right here. There is this tie strap plate that's going to go across and tie all of them together. Then there is a prop leg that goes underneath here. This prop leg is just floating here right now because I was using it to support it while I bolted it. And then there are these 2 wing flanges, I guess you could call them, that go across right here and over there just to stop the wood from falling off the edge and just guides it towards the end. And then, I believe that's it. Oh no, oil change, I think. Yeah, I need to do an oil change still. But yeah, let's get this all together. Not worth going into fine detail with that, so I'm just gonna put it all on time lapse and bolt it all together. All right, here is the splitter. I did not do the oil change yet, but I need to. I just don't have the oil here. I'm gonna like this. Extra wide work table so the logs don't fall off as I'm splitting. Nice long tow hitch down low so I don't trip over it. Can tow it by the quad. Got the maintenance on the splitter itself all taken care of. And the work surface right here is mid-thigh, so I don't have to bend down to get to it. My hand will be on a log right around here anyways. So, no bending. Gonna be nice. All right, next clip will probably be me splitting some wood. All right, so I already split this pile before I did everything to the splitter. And like I said, it worked great. It just needed some maintenance. And now that it's higher up, it'll be less backbreaking. Did this in half a day, if that, less than that. But I have a lot of wood going on here. Over there, all through here, and over here. So I gotta finagle some stuff around. I'm gonna try and get the splitter in through here so I can continue splitting with it right here and then just kind of work my way around that way. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna end this video at this. I have a lot of wood splitting to do, not worth really recording all that, but this was 2.5 songs on the radio and my headset, so I am very pleased and it is working out great.